Hey guys, what's going on? Just wanted to make a quick video kind of talking about the return of Bakugan. Um, so I kind of just stumbled upon this. Somebody had uploaded the first two episodes, and I watched them, and they were good. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I also saw some videos of the Invitational tournament that they did, as well as some product reviews that have been uploaded to YouTube as well. Um, really quickly, I just want to talk about my history with Bakugan. Now, um, Bakugan came out towards like the end of like my childhood, um, but the neighborhood that I lived in, most of the kids were younger than I was, so they all kind of got into it, and um, because of that, I ended up getting into it as well. My little brother played it, and so I played it with him. And I always thought the toys were really cool. And the original anime didn't really hook me, or cartoon, I guess, since it didn't come out of Japan. Um, but yeah, I always thought it was a really cool concept. It was fun. It was really simple. And I come from a background of someone who's has a vested interest in card games. So um, I still enjoyed it though. But just from watching the new series, I've got to commend whoever was leading the team for the anime, because they made a lot of changes, a lot of good changes. I know there's a lot of people that are going to be coming back into this out of nostalgia or whatever. Um, and they'll probably, there'll be people that aren't happy with the changes that they've made. But personally, I think most of them are for the better. The character design, I think, is infinitely better than the original. Um, they just they look way better, just in my opinion. The animation also is really good. I think it's done by that actually the same team, but I would just say the quality looks way better. Um, the art style I think is much cooler looking. Um, the only returning character, I guess, would be Dan, and it is like a reboot, so it's really just Dan in name. Um, but yeah, I think the character designs are really cool. Magnus is really cool. I guess he's going to be like our um, masquerade of the series. I have a feeling he'll probably end up joining the main team um, at some point. At least I would like him to. I think he would make a good, kind of anti-hero. Um, but yeah, the first two episodes were really cool. I enjoyed it, and the I like what they're doing with the product line too. Obviously, the when the first wave came out of the original series, they were a little fragile. Like I remember a kid in my neighborhood got one of the little wrist launchers, and he uh, he had a what was it? A Skyrus, and it was like his favorite. And he launched it out of that thing, and it just blew into pieces. But they definitely look more durable. I think the design choices are cooler too. I think they're a better representation of the creatures that they are. For example, there's like a dinosaur, like a T-Rex or something, and like when it pops open, it actually looks like a T-Rex, whereas some of the original designs is kind of hard to gauge what exactly you were looking at. But they have two versions of the game now. They have like a simplified version, which is more reminiscent of the original, and then they've got like an advanced version, I'm guessing for older players, people coming back to it, or to try to draw in an older crowd, which I think is great because that's probably what I'll end up playing. Like I said, I'm a big fan of trading card games, and it looks like this one has, like, you use an actual 40 card deck along with the toys. So I think that's a really good decision gameplay wise, because the original game was just very simple. So and then for younger kids, obviously you've got, you know, the simplified version, which is great too. So same toys or whatever, and cards and everything like that, and you've got, you know, 2 games for 2 separate audiences, or 2 target demographics, I should say. So that's super cool. And honestly, I was expecting this to be announced or released, I guess, like this past year. I know a lot of us that are fans of the series saw the um, concept art from what, a couple years ago. It was from like an investor report or something, and so we were all expecting to see it a little bit earlier, but I don't know if they were still in design phase or whatever. Still working out the logistics of all of that, but I think releasing it when they are is a good decision on their part. We had Beyblade Burst come out, what, a couple years ago now, and in North America, and I think them competing with that probably wouldn't have been a great idea, although honestly I don't think Beyblade Burst took off in North America like, you know, Hasbro was expecting it to. So yeah, they're gonna, I honestly think like this is probably the best time that they could launch this series, because as far as like collectible toy lines go right now, there's like nothing. Beyblade's still in stores, but I feel like the interest is dwindling quite a bit, and I don't feel like it hooked kids the way it has in the past. So I feel like that was a good decision on their part if it was intentional. And then them also reaching out to, you know, kind of some bigger YouTubers to bring in for, you know, kind of product reviews, and then to the tournament and everything like that. That was really smart on their point, on their part as well. A word of mouth on YouTube for toy reviews is great, especially when you've got interest for Beyblade kind of tapering off, and quite a few of the people that I'm familiar with that they brought in to review the new line were people that were reviewing the Beyblade Burst stuff. So they've got this entire fan base now that, you know, is losing interest, I think, in in that series, and now can kind of segue into Bakugan, which, you know, is smart. And I would think that that would be intentional. That's what I would do. But yeah, super excited for the new series. I'm going to continue to watch the anime. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and take a look at it. I know it's up on YouTube. I'm hoping that Bakugan, it's airing on Cartoon Network. I'm hoping that somewhere is going to release full episodes online. So a lot of people just like don't watch TV anymore. Probably on the Cartoon Network website, or maybe on the Bakugan official channel. I'm subscribed to them, so we'll see what happens. But the product line, I believe, is supposed to launch January 1st, so I will be keeping my eye out for that when they hit store shelves, and try to get some material to put on the channel. Yeah, that's about it. I just kind of wanted to briefly talk about my thoughts of this franchise kind of coming back. So I will see you guys soon.